are quite literally thousands of these tweets and posts on TikTok and Instagram about Star Wars because of the disastrous, blasphemous rollout of the new Disney Plus series called Acolyte, because the bulk of the fan base doesn't want woke Star Wars that they genuinely don't know how to handle being in the same fandom as someone that they politically disagree with. Disney, says Nikiana, just said F you to so many queer, POC, and non-traditional Star Wars fans. I'm sorry, I'm trying really hard not to laugh, but this is just so sad for these people. All because this show got review bombed to hell and back before it even came out. Yeah, sure, Disney has it in their best interest, and they've proven time and time again over the years that they're gonna say F you to the queer, POC, and non-traditional Star Wars fans, but okay, go off. Alex says, the Acolyte being canceled is just another example of toxic internet hate. This show never got a chance to breathe, and half the people hating on it never even watched an episode. It's not my favorite piece of Star Wars content, but it certainly didn't deserve to be axed. And of course, to top it all off for us, Joanna says, I hate this. Leslie Headland, the first woman to create a Star Wars series, tapped into something fresh and exciting in the fandom. Gag. Just gouge my eyes out with a fork at this point. With season 1, and while I had my notes, she absolutely deserved a second season to let those ideas cook, girl. We all lose with this. No. 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 No one is losing with the cancellation of Acolyte. Acolyte was garbage, okay? Can we talk about the lightsaber scenes? Can we talk about it, or are we not prepared to talk about it quite yet? Can we talk about the first force choke death? Because if anyone was going to be able to do that, it probably would have been Darth Vader. But no, just a rando, apparently. No one is losing with the cancellation of Acolyte, Joanna, and everyone else melting down on Twitter. But all of these tweets started to pick up steam, and there are a lot of them, shockingly, even though obviously the majority of the fan base is rejoicing, singing hallelujah from the rooftops that this garbage show has been canceled, that the mainstream media started to pick up on it and now is painting a depiction of Star Wars fans as these horrible, horrible individuals that must be purged from society. Rolling Stone over the past few years has had some crazy articles, like genuinely insane, largely pertaining to right of center political individuals and voters, and we've reacted to a few of them on the show over the years. But this might be the biggest reach I've ever seen by Rolling Stone or anyone else in the mainstream media, as they bend over backwards to insist that Star Wars fans are evil, angry, immature, white supremacist bigots, apparently. A clump of people that they are calling the worst of its fans, the worst of the Star Wars fans, which I find fascinating. They ask the question, can the best of Star Wars, Acolyte, presumably, because I can't even begin to justify that, survive the worst of its fans? Before Star Wars can have another successful show, they say, some vocal parts of the fandom have to reckon with what they really want out of the franchise. C.T. Jones, the author of this piece, is about to take us on a freaking ride, okay? So buckle in. When George Lucas debuted his science fiction epic about a galaxy far, far away in 1977, Star Wars went from a long-shot space opera into the highest-grossing science fiction franchise of all time. And gee, let's just ask ourselves, I wonder why it became the highest-grossing science fiction fan piece, or not, what was I saying? Fiction franchise. Ugh, too many words. Highest-grossing science fiction franchise of all time. I wonder why that ended up happening, Rolling Stone, because it wasn't woke corporate garbage. It was creative screenwriting. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot, apparently. Almost 50 years and one sale to entertainment conglomerate Disney later, biggest mistake in the entire franchise history, by the way, Star Wars isn't just a one-off world. There have been prequels, reboots, standalone television series, and an in-depth theme park edition. But like most popular culture, the Star Wars fandom, especially online, has become inundated with loud, conservative, and in some cases, incredibly racist voices. You know, I said this was a reach, okay? But I don't recall anyone particularly being racist against Star Wars when it pertained to Lando Calrissian. I don't remember anyone being racist towards Star Wars when it pertained to anyone in the prequels. I don't even remember anyone being racist towards the characters in Star Wars in the devastatingly disgusting sequels, Finn or any other character. Rogue One, no racism, okay? But all of a sudden, just because the ideas are bad, because the writing is bad, because Star Wars canon is being invalidated, the only logical explanation for why this content isn't performing well is because the Star Wars fandom has been inundated with loud, conservative, and racist voices. I told you we were going for a trip on this one, okay? While Disney has never said that these voices are directly impacting what shows even get made, the vocal minority of Star Wars devotees keep limiting what they will accept as true Star Wars fans. These fans say that they're fighting for Star Wars' future. Yeah, because God forbid we would want the franchise to survive, to continue existing, to make money. I don't know. God forbid. God forbid. But again, what do I know? I'm just an idiot. Apparently this evil racist fan, apparently. But if their endless fantasy world can't accept any stories that they don't recognize, some of the self-professed biggest fans in all the worlds could be closing themselves off to any future at all. What is Kyber crystal clear is that before Star Wars can have another successful show, the loudest voices online need to realize that the Star Wars they want to return to never existed in the first place. So why is Disney so ridiculously obsessed with attempting to divide fans from each other and fans from the show over their insistence on perpetuating a woke agenda in a series that was already about accepting everyone? It makes no sense. So, victory is sweet, I suppose. The series has been canceled, and Forbes magazine actually just reported the other day that Disney is considering deleting the entire first season off of Disney Plus because of how bad the backlash has been, and conveniently could get a tax write-off for doing so somehow. I don't really understand the tax law implications of that. But just in case you need a final nail-in-the-coffin reminder for why Acolyte was canceled. It's not because the fans are racist. It's not because the fans are sexist. The fans, for 50 years, have already been embracing with open arms and a loving, beating heart this universe that is about accepting everyone for exactly who they are. Really, the reason that the Star Wars Acolyte show was canceled was because of this gem.
This is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable. Are you excited about that? Are you bracing yourself?
Star Wars.
It's pretty gay, let's be honest. How do you feel?
Am I gay? Yes.
Well, no, I know you are gay, but I'm asking, are you excited about putting this, this is going to be a talking point.
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure some.
Because nerds are gay.
Well, some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay. Was this the fun element of...
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I frankly...
You're offended?
Into it. No,
I think that Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
We'd be like, look how gay this is, and then send each other a reference photo.
And are you telling me, with a straight face, that C-3PO is straight?
They're a couple. That's what I think. But this is more outward.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's a robot that goes beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Also, R2-D2 can't be a lesbian because he sticks the rod in the, you know what I'm saying? But hey, lesbians can have penises now, I guess. Nerds are gay, which makes Star Wars, already existing canon, gay. And Acolyte, the gayest Star Wars show ever. Ugh. And I cannot recommend, if you guys haven't already made prayer a part of your daily routine, downloading the world's largest Christian prayer app, Hallow, Hallow. They have more than 10,000 original prayers, meditations, history podcasts, lifestyle podcasts, mental health resources, everything you can possibly imagine that has totally transformed my prayer life and that of almost every single one of you as well. Hallow is offering you a 3-month free trial to all of the incredible content on their platform. If you go right now to hallow.com/Isabel, HALLOW.com/Isabel. And our friends over at Public Square, America's largest leading marketplace for small businesses that are all pro-family, pro-faith, and pro-freedom, and pro-actual science, by the way, actually got their start out in the beautiful state of California. They are changing how we spend money in America one day at a time, realizing that where we spend our dollars is where culture is going to thrive. If you are looking for businesses to support that share your values, check them out at publicsquare.com. And if you are a business owner of any kind, make sure you add your small business to Public Square to connect with customers who share your values too. I'm so glad, by the way, that there are companies that are trying to get to the actual truth of matters like this and in standing for women in general. Just one of which happens to be my amazing friends over at Garn-U. Garn-U is the only period product company on the market that insists only women can menstruate. Thank you for that, by the way, Garn-U, because we need a whole lot more of that. And their pads, their tampons, and their menstrual cup products are all 100% organic and completely non-toxic. I have noticed a huge change in my cycle since switching to Garn-U products, and I cannot begin to recommend them enough to you, especially after we just found out that most leading tampon brands have arsenic and lead in them if you're buying them at Target or the grocery store. You can get a discount on your first order to Garn-U if you click the link in the description of this video. And please, please, please embrace the same courage that they are in standing up for real womanhood in 2024 and beyond.